right, so here we go. Another video podcast. I can't tell you how excited I get every time I think about doing one of these things. It's really kind of interesting for me. Certainly a change of pace from what I'm doing in a normal day. But this one, I want to talk about how the Bible tells us things that really relate to real life and how the books that are written around the Bible, like hymnals and study guides and things like that, can really help make it so that the Bible makes more sense. For instance, there's an old hymn, and this is an old hymn, and it was called "My Soul Beyond Thy Guard," and one of the verses says, "Never their victory won, nor once at ease sit down. Your hard work will not be done till you have won the crown." Now, when I think about that, I can't help but think about all the sports teams that I have looked at in my life, played games that I have played on. I have witnessed games, I've played in games where one team will just jump out in the lead and they will just they look like they are just light years better than anybody else, that could be on there. And they just keep going and they keep going for about a quarter of the first half, right? And so at the end of that time, they might have, if they're playing basketball, they might have a 20, 25 point lead at the end of that time. But the other team isn't just a bunch of goofballs, they're out there trying their best also. And frequently what happens is that over the next three quarters of the game, that team kind of nibbles away at that lead. And the first team just isn't quite as sharp as they were in that first quarter. The announcers may say they took their foot off the gas, but they're trying just as hard as they ever were. They're just not quite in as clean a sync as they were before. So the other team, as they fight back, one of two things happen. If they're lucky enough to get back and tie the game, most times that game continues on from that point, pretty much trading baskets. And frequently those games will go into overtime. And then that's kind of a whole new game at that point. But as they trade baskets, it's obvious that these teams were actually very evenly matched. They just had one team that was just perfectly in sync for a while, and the other team just fought hard. Now, one of the other things that happens is that the team will catch up, but they have fought so hard to catch up that when they catch up, their internal organs just kind of relax a little bit and they go, "Oh my God, we caught up. What a deal that is." But that also makes it that it's very hard for them to go win the game. And the other team will kind of shoot out to the front. Now, what very seldom happens is that the team that catches up continues on and wins the game by 10, 15 points, assuming it's basketball. And that is what I just find is interesting. So you have the Bible that is written in such a way that all things can be looked at in the Bible, can be reviewed. And then you have the books that are around the Bible study and the hymnals. And you have old hymns that when you look at this, and this, in my mind, relatively obscure hymn, and then the third verse of that hymn, you have, and I say again, "Never their victory won, nor once at ease sit down. Your hard work will not be done till you have won the crown." That's basically what we want to do. We want to keep doing the hard work. We want to keep doing the work that is going to take us to our eternal life that we're going to have with Christ. That's all I got today. May the Lord bless you and keep you.